want to thank Mike Benjamin, like I said, for having us over here at T Rivers. You know, we've been doing it over here for I think 3 years, and every time it's worked out so well. I mean, you got the sunset right over there, absolutely beautiful. So I want to thank Mike for having us out here at T Rivers. And you know, I gotta apologize when I usually schedule this thing. I'm trying to figure out when I can get it the right date. And that's the first cool front. It usually arrives around this time. Gotta apologize, I missed it by 1 day. It looks like tomorrow something's coming through. It's gonna dry up the air. It's gonna feel really nice, but it's not bad out here. A little humid, but going into fall fishing, you know, on the North Shore, it's so important that, you know, the timing. We don't have fishing year round like Delacroix and, you know, those parts south. But we gotta pick our times. Running the website, I usually monitor the message boards, and I have a pretty good feel of what areas are good, what areas heat up at what time. And it looks like the end of summer, everybody just pretty much shuts down here on the North Shore. Now you can catch some bass upriver in the freshwater, but as far as south saltwater, it's not too good. So fall and spring is our times. That's when we do this seminar, the fall and the spring. Right now is just one of the best times. It is about to explode. Ask anybody who fishes this area. The speckled trout invade the bayous, the shoreline. It just really, really gets good. So we're going to try to incorporate fall fishing with all of our guests. We've got a great lineup tonight. Justin Bowles of JB Fishing Charters is going to talk to us tonight. Justin's also donating a trip to the raffle. It's a 2-person trip that he's donated. I want to thank him for that. So if you haven't checked out the raffle, come over here and try your luck. Andy Jones of Wicked Charters is also going to be with us this afternoon, and he's donated some stuff to the raffle as well. Mike Gallo of Angling Adventures of Louisiana. Mike's a regular with us every year, fall fishing seminar here. I want to thank Mike for coming out. Sam Barbera of the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries is going to be talking with us a little bit. Todd Schultz is a regular advertiser with NorthShoreFishingReport.com. Certainly appreciate that, Todd. Sam Collette, Sam's new speaking with us, but Sam's been with NorthShoreFishingReport.com since the beginning and played witness to all the growing pains that NorthShoreFishingReport.com has gone through. Also, Forest Springs, if you're talking about Bayou Lacombe, that speckled trout bite is about to light up. So, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank all my guests, and we're going to get right into it. Justin Bowles, JB Fishing Charter, stationed out of Lake Catherine. We're going to start out with him. Justin, you want to come up here? We need some intro music for wrestling. Well, first of all, thanks for the donation. That's going to go to definitely a good cause. Let's talk about, first of all, can I see raise your hands, who fishes primarily saltwater? Who cares about speckled trout, redfish? All right, who's freshwater fishing? I knew that. I knew that.
I know freshwater.
Okay, we'll get Forrest to talk with you. All right, Justin, so you know what's about to happen. Things are about to go from 0 to 100 miles an hour here on the North Shore, especially that causeway bridge that you fish. Talk a little bit about what you look for as far as the transition from summer to fall. It's definitely the cool weather, but are you looking for a specific water temperature?
Usually it's, I don't really base it on water temperature. I base it on when the first cold front, the real strong cold front moves through. I'll go start trying the bridges. Normally they'll show up at the trestles right before the causeway. If I get reports of fish at the trestles, I'll go straight to the causeway, because normally when the fish show up at the causeway, it's the bigger fish. So I'll make 2 or 3 trips out there and may not catch any because they haven't shown up, just to be on that first bite when they do show up. There's been several trips out there last year when they first showed up in the fall, I was with a buddy of mine in San Robert and Todd, my son, and us went back out 2 days later. We caught a limit of 50. They were all probably 17 to 23 inches, spitting up 6-inch pogies in the floor of the boat. Nobody else is out there. I mean, it's still pretty warm, but the fish have moved in, and I just think you need to, if you're devoted to doing that, you want to go out there and check them every chance you get. And we went back with Todd. The size went down within 2 days, just a slight bit, but they were still there. We still caught several fish out there, and it seems to slow down the more people that get out there and the more pressure they get. And I only fish on weekends. I'm working Monday through Friday. I'm running trips on weekends, so I'm like most of you guys. Really, you just got to go out there and try it. If you hear about them, you're usually probably 2 to 3 weeks too late. So you really want to go out there and try it yourself, and be the one to find out when they show up.
Now, what have you seen? Have you made your way into the lake at all, or are you still at you're stationed at Lake Catherine and you're still heading east, southeast in the Biloxi Marsh? Talk about what you're seeing right now.
Actually, the last trip I was on, we caught a bunch of reds by Big Cedar, Little Cedar Bayou, and that's the first time I've been in the lake since probably the end of spring. I've been going to Biloxi Marsh, fishing Lake Bourne. I'm in between boats right now, so I've been off the water for a couple of weeks. But I would imagine the Lake Bourne rigs are starting to turn on. Redfish are on in the marsh for sure. I think within the next week and a half to 2 weeks, the fish should be on the trestles for sure.
Now talk about a little bit about the bridge fishing, how typically it seems like the fish you catch on the bridge and the farther west you go in Lake Pontchartrain seem to be bigger. Do you have any idea of why that is? And I know those causeway fish can get big at some time. I think last spring the trestles was, turning some real big fish.
Yeah. I think the causeway normally always produces bigger fish for me than the trestles. The trestles for me produce bigger fish when you get away from the pressure. If you might have 70 boats on a Saturday on the North Shore from 174 north, you may go fish the south end. You might only catch 15 to 20, maybe 30, but they're all going to be a cut bigger fish. I think the bigger fish leave that pressure, and there's not nearly as much pressure on the causeway as there is a trestle. That's why I like to spend most of my time fishing the causeway. I don't know how it's going to be now with keeping my boat in Slide L, but if it's calm enough, I'm definitely going to be making that run to the causeway more often than not. You don't have near the fishing pressure there, and I think there's just as much bait, and the fish don't have to fight for it. So they're a little bit harder to pattern, but if you figure them out on the causeway, you're going to catch bigger fish in the trestles more times than not.
Now, with fall coming, the cold fronts are going to be coming. Do you ever venture along that shoreline from Bayou Lacombe to, say, Bayou Cane? Because that area can really turn in some big fish, especially around the shell pads around there. You mess with that at all? That's probably a down. I don't devote enough time to fishing the reefs. I'm so hard-headed on the bridges that I'll stay out there from morning until whenever I catch them. So I probably should devote more time to fishing the reefs in the lake, but it's a far run away from the causeway or the trestles, and if I go there, I don't have a lot of patience, and I think it's a place you need to have patience to fish. And I can move on the causeway, I can move on the trestles, but when you go to a reef, I stay there for 15 minutes and I'm not getting a bite. I have trouble myself staying there. I know people stay there and it pans out for them, but I think you're more apt if you keep pounding the bridges up and down. You can find fish a little bit easier than counting on the reef to turn on. So with fall coming up, can we help anybody out? First of all, anybody have any questions for Justin? Fishing the North Shore, the speckled trout run that's about to ensue. Anybody have any questions? Hey.
But they're getting ready to put that vertical right out the way when they do the lake upgrade. What's your gut feeling on that? You think that's going to affect anything?
When is that scheduled for?
They fight as we speak.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in the war. And when they get out to around the vertical, I don't know. Who knows?
You have any comments on that? I typically, when fall comes, fall, spring, I'm on the causeway, trestles. You know, I'm west. I don't deal with that far. That seems like it's going to be a problem maybe for the summertime anglers. Do you have any comments on that?
Honestly, I just saw the buoys and the dredge boat whenever I went to run my boat to break in the motor for the first time this past Saturday. So, I don't know. I mean, that's really the fish's only inlet right now. So, I'm gonna wish for the best.
Let's talk a little bit, one more question about plastics. What's your theory on what color plastic? Let's say fishing trestles, let's narrow it down. Trestles, causeway. What's your theory on bait color? What do you typically see working in the fall?
I think to be fair to lead into that, I'll explain to you how I approach fishing the bridges. It's not normal. I don't fish the tide. I don't believe that if the tide's moving this way, the fish are going to be on this side of the bridge. I've seen it too many times where I've caught them opposite of what you're supposed to be doing. I think if you go out there to give yourself a fair shot, you need to try every side, north, south. I mean, on the causeway, I mean, I won't go past 12 Mile, but back to North Shore. I actually have more luck fishing with the tide than I do against it. I think the fish out there, if you're going to catch numbers, I think a lot more of them are suspended than people are led to believe. And fishing with the tide, you can, kind of hold your bait up in it. And I think those are fish that don't get fished much. But as far as bait color, I usually will throw two different baits. I throw a matrix magneto. If the water's clear, if I can see my bait down about 10, 12 inches, I'm throwing magneto, open at night. I throw Zoom Fluke, the magneto color in it's called Rainbow Shad. It's the same color, a purple top with a clear belly. If the water's dirty, I go opposite from most people. I've never had any luck on a black bait. Even if the water's filthy, I throw white. I like the white with salt and pepper, the black flakes in it with the clear top, with a structure's tail. And that's pretty much the two baits that I throw.
Jig head.
Jig head. I learned fishing the bridges with a 1/2 ounce, and I think that will help. But I've moved on to a 3/8 and I go to a 5/16 and sometimes even a quarter. The 1/2 ounce will get you a feel for what's going on. I mean, you feel bottom, it's a thump on the bottom, you jig it up and it's falling back. You don't feel it hit bottom, the fish has it. But I think the lighter the weight you can go, the better the chances you have of getting more bites because that bait's gonna fall slower. It's just you gotta initially let it get down there before you start working the cast.
All right, before we let Justin go, any more questions? All right, Justin, I appreciate it, man. Let's hear it for Justin. All right, next up we got Sam Barbera, Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries Executive Director. Not here? Uh-oh. Okay, we'll bump him to the back and then put him on later. All right, first off, I know we got a lot of saltwater fishermen in here, but I want to announce the North Shore Bass Series Championship. Got Sam right there? All right, bring him on. perfect timing. Perfect timing. Sam, first off, congratulations on your new position.
Thank you.
Inform everybody what you're going to be doing and what you're going to try to form the department as, you know, a way to go. I know we had some turmoil with the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. Hopefully we're out of that. I'll talk about the board is yours.
Hey folks, how y'all doing tonight? Very good. Well, thanks for having me first and foremost, Keith. He put my title, my workplace as LDWF. I actually work for the foundation. LDWF is Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries, the Department of. I work for the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries Foundation. The foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit public charity that raises money and provides support for the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. So when there's a project, whether it be bald eagle, black bear, whooping crane, telemetry, tagging, whatever it may be, in the department and the state funding falls through or falls short rather, the foundation plugs in the little funding where we can. So we raise money for the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. Everybody cool with that? Very nice. How cool is it at this place, huh? Not bad, huh? I hate going after Gallo. Did Gallo do okay? He's not, I mean, is he an okay speaker? He's a great fisherman. Next question.
Oh, he's not, he hadn't been
No,
up there.
yeah.
Oh,
No, you're the second man.
oh, all right.
Perfect time. So, what else do we need to know about what you're trying to get? Is there anything you're trying to get momentum for, donations,
absolutely.
or you want to talk a little bit about
Absolutely.
The foundation that I work for that provides money and support for the department doesn't get anything from the state of Louisiana or from the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. It is solely funded and fueled by private and corporate donations. So our website is lawff.org. It's on my shirt and I have cards with me. We have a big fundraiser coming up 2 weeks from tonight in Baton Rouge called Wild Night. If you're interested in coming, you can visit wildnight.org. So, aside from that, I'm really just kind of getting started. I'm the assistant director right now, and on New Year's Eve, when the director retires, I will become the director. So, when you're sitting there watching, thank you very much. When you're sitting there watching, and Dick Clark passed away, I think. But when you're watching the big ball go up in New York and it hits the top, then you'll know that I'm in the wheelhouse and everything is a little shaky everywhere else.
Anybody have any questions for Sam? We can take fishing questions now. Sam's no stranger to the lake. Lake Pontchartrain. Sam, fall's coming up. We just had Justin on talking about
What did he talk about?
causeway fishing. Causeway fishing. He said you're the man to go to with causeway fishing. Anything? What? Let's talk about.
Anybody here fish the causeway? A couple out there? Yeah. You have a question? Yes, sir.
I don't know if they have anything to do with it, or if they end the trap tagging with the
Telemetry program. The question was, what's going on with the telemetry program in the lake? And it's unfortunate that I'm here to report to you that the telemetry program is still alive and well. Unfortunately, all the batteries in the speckled trout are now dead. The speckled trout aren't dead, but those little batteries in their tummy are dead. So they're not pinging anymore. So we can't see where they're going. Thank you very much. The redfish are also, their batteries have expired. Not the redfish, just the batteries. But the sharks, the baby bull sharks that we tagged just 2 years ago, their batteries are still pinging. And I think we still have batteries, we as in the Department of, still have batteries in sturgeon. Now, will that come back? I hope so. And that may be a project that the foundation takes under its wing and we get it going. Because it was a very neat project. You remember a couple of years ago, you could go on the website and look at the trout and look at where they moved, the trout and redfish, and they all had names and it was all very cool. And you saw when they opened the spillway that they all went north. They didn't leave the lake, they just went to the north shore. But,
We learned a lot with that. What is
Right.
Is the website still going, or?
the website I believe is still up, if I'm not mistaken, and it can give you a little bit of history,
Yeah.
a little bit of historical data. As far as I know, and I don't mean to steal any of these guys' thunder, I don't know if the trout are really like in the lake right now. I think that you're getting a couple of onesies and twosies at the eastern bridges on the causeway. I think that's an October thing, like mid to late October. But my gosh, we're due for a great year on the causeway, aren't we? That's what I'm talking about.
Been a rough spring.
Do we have a lot of trollers out there? Yeah? Oh yeah, I recognize that guy. He likes to troll for trout and catch garfish. Is that the same guy I'm thinking of? I don't know, the lights are in mine. I would rather fish on the causeway than anywhere else in the world, folks. It is my happy place. I do it a lot with Captain Gallo and Captain Bowles, and I'm looking forward to it this fall. Any other questions? Yes, sir. And I do not wear Adidas tennis shoes. What size line? I think Justin probably told you 12-pound fluorocarbon. 12-pound fluorocarbon. 12-pound fluorocarbon.